Well, on March 30th, 10 weeks after taking office, I just returned to the White House from a luncheon when the head of my Secret Service detail came in and told me, "There's been a shooting at the hotel where your husband was speaking. Some people were wounded, but your husband was not hit."
A poor soul named John Hinckley emptied his gun at me to prove his love for the actress Jodie Foster. And the first report to Nancy turned out to be wrong. Well, I had just given a speech at the hotel. We came out the side entrance, and there was a group of people. So as I approached the car, I turned to wave.
Pop, 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 pop.
What the hell is that? All of a sudden, my Secret Service agent, Tim McCarthy, he jumped spread-eagled in front of me, and he took a bullet in the chest that was meant for me. Then Jerry Parr threw me on the back seat of that car, his whole body pressing down against me. I felt such enormous pain. I yelled, "Jerry, get off of me. I think you've broken one of my ribs."
Then Ronnie began spitting out blood. They rushed him to George Washington University Hospital, where fortunately there was a conference of the hospital's top surgeons taking place.
Nancy, someone was looking out for us that day.
Well, at first, even the hospital personnel did not know that Ronnie had been hit until they saw the small puncture wound under his left arm. When I arrived at the hospital, I discovered that not only had Press Secretary Jim Brady been shot in the head and two others wounded, but that Ronnie had been hit as well. He lifted the oxygen mask and said to me,
"Honey, I forgot to duck."
When they took him to the operating room, Ronnie looked at the array of surgeons gathered and said to the one nearest him,
"Well, I hope you're a Republican."
To which the doctor replied, "Today, Mr. President, we are all Republicans." Well, during the operation, they found the flattened bullet, which had gone into the 7th rib, then deflected to the lower left lung, missing his heart by an inch.
Like I said, Nancy, someone was really looking out for us that day.
Well, after a few days, my husband seemed to be recuperating well, when suddenly his temperature rose to 103 degrees. He began spitting up blood again. He had developed pneumonia, and his lower left lung had collapsed. Fever was reaching 103 degrees. He was in great danger, although the public was never told of this. The crisis passed, and he recovered enough to return home on April 11th.
And that night, I wrote in my diary, "Whatever happens to me now, I owe my life to God, and I will try to serve Him in every way that I can."